let's go now and hear from members of the squad. I'm going to play these in reverse order. Let's first hear from Rashida Tlaib.
We cannot allow these hateful actions by the president to distract us from the critical work to hold this administration accountable to the inhumane conditions at the border that is separating children from their loved ones and caging them up in illegal, horrific conditions. I represent the third poorest congressional district in this country, one that is made of working people who have been targeted by this administration, and their actions and words are hurting them today. I was elected to fight for them, fight for the 13th congressional district. They sent me here to Congress to fight back against the corporate assault and the corruption in our country. This means supporting an impeachment inquiry of this president and his actions by the administration and his appointees. Sadly, this is not the first, nor will it be the last time we hear disgusting, bigoted language from the president. We know this is who he is, and we know that he and his administration are constantly engaged in actions that harm residents and American people in our country. Many members of Congress have called for his impeachment because of his utter disregard and disrespect of the United States Constitution. And despite this and other many attempts to distract us, I remain focused. We remain focused on holding him accountable to the laws of this land and accountable to the American people.
So, Congressman Al Green, we're sure again where he's from.
I believe he's from South Carolina.
South Carolina will be introducing articles of impeachment this month as a function of Trump's bigotry. You'll recall that...
Pardon me, Texas.
Texas. Andrew Johnson's articles of impeachment was also a non-criminal. High crimes, misdemeanors. Outwardly being racist towards some Congress people, I think, is up there. And it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with Nancy Pelosi on this one. But we will get to Nancy Pelosi in a moment. Here is Ilhan Omar responding to the president.
This is a president who has openly violated the very value our country aspires to uphold: equality under the law, religious liberty, equal protection, and protection from persecution. And to distract from that, he's launching a blatantly racist attack on 4 duly elected members of the United States of House of Representatives, all of whom are women of color. This is the agenda of white nationalists, whether it is happening in chat rooms or it's happening on national TV, and now it's reached the White House garden. He would love nothing more than to divide our country based on race, religion, gender, orientation, or immigration status, because this is the only way he knows he can prevent the solidarity of us working together across all of our differences. The only way to prevent us confronting the problems our country is facing, whether it is healthcare, climate change, student debt, or our endless wars. This is his plan to pit us against one another.
I mean...
What to add to that?
Nothing to add to that, but let's hear one more member of the so-called squad. And it's interesting to sort of see the way that these 4 operate together. They all sort of seem to pick up a baton and continue around. Here's the AOC.
Weak minds and leaders challenge loyalty to our country in order to avoid challenging and debating the policy. This president does not know how to make the argument that Americans do not deserve health care. He does not know how to defend his policies. So what he does is attack us personally. And that is what this is all about. He can't look a child in the face, and he can't look all Americans in the face and justify why this country is throwing them in cages. So instead, he tells us that I should go back to the great borough of the Bronx and make it better. And that's what I'm here to do.
I mean, I have to say that when you watch these three women respond to Donald Trump, with all due respect, they may not have the parliamentary skills, the whip counting skills. I don't know about the fundraising skills, because AOC has raised, I think, more money than any other member of Congress except for one or two members of the leadership. But they do this much better than Nancy Pelosi. I'm sorry. That's just the reality. I mean, no one can look at it. They take Trump's words, they turn it around, they put their agenda in the forefront, and they put that in the news. They know how to connect their talking points. They know how to get the media clips. I mean, they do this very, very well. Much better than Nancy Pelosi.
The president is a racist, and I'd also welcome him to text me to work together on immigration.
I mean, just across the board, regardless of like what they just do politics in this day and age. They understand it better.